Yeah, welcome to Modern Plastics
Thank you.
TV and AICon conference. It is nice to see you again at AICon conference. Could you please tell our viewers about a little about yourself and what is the current scenario in petrochemical industry and downstream industry?
Well, thank you, Mr. Jinu. I am basically, by academics, I am a chemical engineer, and I worked in oil and gas industries for the last 39 years, almost 40 years I can say. I was in Bharat Petroleum for 36 years, which is one of the second largest oil company in India, and working in different portfolios. Then post my first inning, I was in Dubai for a year and a half, where I worked for another oil company, a private sector oil company. I'm well known in oil and gas circle across the globe. I've been a speaker to several international conferences, right from Houston to Brisbane to Beijing and to Johannesburg, Japan. So I've been and with some very prestigious bodies like Platts or Argus, where I've been a speaker. And currently I am working for a startup which is known as a Bulk MRO. This is an organization started by two Wharton School graduates. It's like Alibaba of industrial products, right from sourcing to delivery. We take care of everything, and we also deliver at a cost which is almost 10% than the other suppliers. It's a young organization with average age of 27 years. Coming to the important question of petroleum, I think India, if you see I would say last 10 years, India has been growing phenomenally. For instance, I will touch each of the important issues very briefly. Refineries, we were just 60 million tons in the year 1998, and today we are touching almost 260 million tons. This is a huge growth both in private as well as public sector. Our product consumption, India is one of, and today India has got the fourth largest refining capacity in the world. In terms of product consumption, we are third largest after US, China and India. Other countries come after us. So our consumption is almost, this year perhaps it would end up as 210 million tons. The product which is contributing to this huge growth, this year of course overall all product growth will be about 3%, but the product which are majorly contributing for last 8-10 years is motor spirit, that is petrol, diesel, LPG, aviation fuel, naphtha. These are the 4-5 products, and of course lower ends like bitumen and pet coke also. And we will continue to grow in this direction in the next 5 years also. We have been exceeding the planned targets every year by year in terms of petroleum product consumption. There has been phenomenal R&D work also in terms of in all areas of petroleum, whether it is refinery or marketing or whatever you can think of. And because of customers' expectation going high, environmental pressures that oil consumption, petroleum product consumption should not damage the environment, and also customers' expectations of having a better quality of life, ease of mobility. So there has been and better road condition, what it was earlier and what it is now. There is a huge increase in infrastructure, which is leading, and India is also having a huge growth in terms of in the automobile sector. Almost 8 to 10% every year. You must have seen number of vehicles going up all over, whether it is 2-wheelers, 4-wheelers, passenger cars, heavy trucks, etc. And so I foresee in next 4-5 years also this growth will continue, even though the other energies are taking shape, are also competing, like biofuel, solar energy, wind energy. Their percentage of share out of these energies has been progressively increasing. And maybe in next 10 years, the government desire is to have more electric cars, So you'll find these energies competing with each other. I don't see any problem in the growth which we are currently having in case of petroleum sector. This is going to continue. One of the in case of petrochemical sector, there is a huge import as taking place. Basically, India's per capita is still very, very low. So to improve that, to meet the demand, there is a necessity of huge imports. You will find also in recent times the trend is most of the refiners are also setting up a petchem unit. Recently, Kochi Refinery have set up a petchem unit which was commissioned by the Honorable Prime Minister just last week. Similarly, Reliance, which is the largest petchem player in the country, is also putting up a gasifier in its Jamnagar unit to produce more petchemicals. In addition, all the refineries, to add value to the refinery production, refinery operation, they are going in for petchem plants. In Mumbai also, BPCL has acquired additional land to put up a petchem plant. So these are all very sunrise industries. There are issues related with the environment, but those issues need to be addressed. We cannot just shut down the stop making plastics or whatever. You know, you have heard a lot of negative campaign in the media. But these issues, if petchem, if you travel in some of the other countries like Dubai and all, you will find plastics being extensively used, but they have a proper disposal system, so it does not interfere with the environmental conditions. So I see both petroleum and petchem as the sunrise industry. India's per capita is still very, very low in both these sectors. If we compare ourselves with China, US or Japan. Japan per capita consumption is 15 times than what India is consuming, both in petroleum and petchem. Similarly, China is almost 4 times. US maybe 15 to 20 times. So we have a long way to go, and with general people's expectations, the citizens' expectations, aspirations going up, these I see a bright future both in petroleum and petchem, and also for petchem industries. Thank you.
Sir, you spoke about plastic is extensively used in Middle East and Dubai and all, and there is a proper disposable system. Here, each location, state, city is talking about banning plastic, and what is your suggestion for improving the environmental situation currently going on?
Yeah, this is a very good question, and what I wanted to say is that just like in petroleum, the emission is a big issue. Entire oil industry is moving to Euro 6. We are already in a Euro 4 emission norm now. From next year, Euro 6. This is the highest emission standards currently prevalent in the world. But is it going to stop pollution? No, because pollution caused by due to other reasons like garbage or like agriculture waste, those issues have not been addressed, or like maintenance of vehicles. There are no norms for maintenance of vehicles. In Dubai, you have to get your vehicle inspected every year. If it doesn't pass the RTO, then it cannot fly. So unless and until, along with Euro 6 norms, and coupled with proper garbage disposal, eliminating pollution on account of agriculture waste burning, and also vehicle maintenance, unless these 3-4 issues are addressed, I am very skeptical whether by introducing Euro 6 emissions norms from next year, and refineries will be producing, whether we'll be able to address the pollution issues. This is a very long topic. I can speak for hours together with facts and data, figures. Coming to the second point of plastics, I think plastic, we have always been talking about this is the age of plastic, but suddenly now we are banning plastics. What is the cause? Okay, now if we just throw plastic here and there and it goes into the sea, it is going to cause pollutions. Are we so naive, or are all our scientists cannot research and find a solution to it? For instance, this plastic, use of plastic is extensive. Like in Dubai, I have seen there is nothing like ban. Maybe in terms of micro or whatever, the thickness of the plastic, they must be ensuring that thing. But plastic is extensively used. Everything it is a plastic. But the environment of Dubai or Middle East is far cleaner than India. Any common person can perceive whenever he travels there. They have a proper disposal system, whether it is plastic or garbage. Can you believe the garbage dump in Dubai is in the center of the town? Nobody knows about it. So what do? They put garbage every day. They are segregated and they put mud on it. Every day it is done. Here the garbage, there is no, it is dumped at one place and it burns itself. And then you find all those very toxic chemicals are burning. Because there is no solid waste disposal system in India. There are some cities who are having it. But city of Bombay pollution is not because of Euro emission norm, but because of so many other factors. In case of plastics, I firmly believe that our R&D institutes who are spending thousands of crores, why can't they come out with a solution? In fact, this question I raised last month when I was in NCL. There was a meeting like this, and they had invited a lot of people from industries, R&D. I said, this issue, when it happened, why don't you react? Why didn't react to it? Let's okay. And this issue, what I raising now, even Reliance raised it. Are we supposed to shut down industry suddenly and leading to a lot of unemployment? No. So that means we have to address this issue. Till such time, we also have to have a proper disposal system. Let's come out. So we collect, we should have a collection point for plastic, and there should be a proper disposal system. Maybe recycling plastic, as in the last time we heard about it. It can be recycled. Why not? Rather than shutting down industries and leading to unemployment, and it's a retrograde steps. Let us evolve something which would perhaps continue the plastic industries also, and there is no damage to the, or the minimal damage to the environment. That's what I wanted to convey.
Mr. Mehra, it is nice to know more about disposal system, and surely India doesn't have a collection system or a disposal system. We need to focus on this. Thank you so much for your insight on this. Could you please tell our viewers how did you see the AICON conference and what message you want to give it to the industry?
Yeah, I think I've been attending this ICON conference for last 4 years, and I find there has been progressive improvement in whatever they do, and they are able to cover a wide range of topics and also invite speakers who are, and also the agenda always covers the relevant subjects, and for which they are able to get persons to speak who are knowledgeable. So you always, you attend so many conferences, but if you have a combination of good topics, relevant topics, good speakers, knowledgeable speakers, and of course networking you do, it's the icing on the cake. But in terms of, I do remember last year there was a lot of discussions on electric cars, on I think somebody came out with the fuel from plastics. So many interesting topics were there on bitumen, on the issues faced by bitumeners. So they pick up the issues, and agenda is based on that, and call the best of speakers. So I always get benefited myself. I was coming this morning, so I prepared myself. What could be the few things relevant, to this conference? I was just going through the agenda. So I think ICON and particularly Rexy has taken a lot of efforts to give value to the people who attend. I thoroughly enjoy, and I feel enriched after attending these conferences. Thank you.
Mr. Mehra, thank you so much for being with Modern Plastics TV. Thank you for your valuable time. We wish you all the best. See you soon.
Thank you. Same to you. All the best.